Okay, well, welcome. Today is January 13th, 2016. This news conference is a major announcement by LyondellBasell to not only the Houston Fire Department, but to surrounding fire departments here in the Houston area. But before I begin, I want to recognize our invited guests. Representing the great city of Houston, we have our mayor, the Honorable Sylvester Turner. Representing one of the world's largest plastics, chemical, and refinery companies, we have LyondellBasell CEO and a great friend to the Houston Fire Department, Mr. Bob Patel. And representing the world's largest accredited municipal fire agency, the Houston Fire Department, Chief Sam Pena. And representing Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service is Chief Robert Moore. We also have representatives from various fire departments. We have Channelview Fire Department, we have Chief Charles Villegas and Chief Nino Ponte. Representing LaPorte Fire Department, we have Assistant Chief Donald Ladd and Training Officer Jared Henson. Representing Mount Bellevue Fire, we have Chief Kenneth Bombach and Lieutenant David Muscat. Along with him, we also have Mount Bellevue Mayor Nick Dixon, and Assistant City Manager Nathan Watkins. Representing Pasadena Fire, we have Chief Lanny Armstrong, and representing Sheldon Community Fire Rescue, we have Chief Sidney Webb and District Captain Zach Lopez. I also want to recognize, representing the Houston Firefighters Foundation, we have Chairman Lee Vela. Well, without further ado, I'm going to turn the mic over to LyondellBasell CEO, Mr. Bob Patel.
Thank you, Captain Lozano. I'm pleased to be with you today, and I'm delighted to meet Houston's new Fire Chief, Mr. Samuel Pena. I'm also proud to stand here on behalf of all of our employees with Mayor Turner and representatives from the Channelview, Mount Bellevue, Sheldon, Pasadena, and LaPorte Fire Departments. LyondellBasell is one of the largest plastics, petrochemical, and refining companies in the world. We have about 13,000 employees around the world, and about 4,000 of those employees work right here in the greater Houston area. Because of that, it's very important that we're a part of the community and continue to support the community in the area. We also have a very significant manufacturing presence here in the Houston area with large manufacturing sites at Channelview, in Pasadena, in LaPorte, in Bayport, and a couple of other areas in the Houston area. So by having those manufacturing sites, we tend to work with the local fire departments very closely to help them and to coordinate in case we have incidents. While we're a global company, because of our size here in Houston, and because I'm based here, we really kind of think of Houston as our home. And because of that, we want to be more and more involved here. In fact, we want to grow here in Houston. We're investing quite a bit. We have plans to invest quite a lot over the next few years, up to $4 billion in new investment in the next 5 to 6 years. One example of that is we've started construction on a new polyethylene plant here at LaPorte, which will eventually increase employment at that site. It's just one example of the things we're doing on the Gulf Coast. So as we expand, it's important that we continue to think about how do we become an even bigger and better neighbor to the communities where we're located and where we operate. So I had the opportunity to meet the mayor often, and I have to say it's a real pleasure to be around him, and I'm always energized by how much he has going on and his ability to handle so many things at one time. Really remarkable. We're blessed to have such a great mayor. Last time I met him, and it was about the fall, and we were talking about tight budgets, and of course we all face that, but certainly the city of Houston faces that even more so in the times that we have today. And often what happens is when you have a tight budget, the first thing you cut is training, because it's not something you have to do today. Frankly, companies face those decisions as well. And so I went back, talked to my team, and I said, what can we do to help here? Because training is something you don't want to compromise because you always need that. And you want people to get better and better at what they do. So we looked at the issue and we said, well, let's see if we can help. We partner with the local fire departments quite a lot, and we want to work with them even further. For example, in late 2015, we donated some Zodiac boats for the fire rescue, and those were used during the unfortunate flooding that occurred in 2016 in May. So it's an example of something where we can actually put it in use and help the citizens of Houston. I can tell you, we were just thrilled and honored to play a small role in the fire rescue efforts during those floods. So with that, today, it's really an honor and pleasure to announce that LyondellBasell will contribute $100,000 to fund specialized training for the Houston, Channelview, LaPorte, Mount Bellevue, Pasadena, and Shelton fire departments. This training will be administered by the world-renowned Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service. It's one of the global leaders in emergency training and firefighting. You may have heard about the Brayton Training Field and Disaster City Complex near College Station. I'd love to visit that someday. I've heard so much about it, and I look forward to that. I'm very glad to have Chief Robert Moore from Texas A&M here with us today. He's a fine leader of a world-class facility. Our donation will fund more than 1,200 hours of specialized hazmat construction for these local fire departments who can continue to get better and better at what they do. We're really honored to play a small role in ensuring that the brave men and women who protect us every day will be able to do that even better in the future. So on behalf of all of the employees, thank you to the fire departments around Houston for all that you do in protecting us, for your brave and courageous work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Patel. And at this time, we have special remarks from representatives from the City of Houston, the Honorable Mayor Sylvester Turner.
Thank you very, very much. And look, it seems though we are meeting here at this station on a regular basis, and I will continue to be energized and excited as long as we continue to meet here on a regular basis with LyondellBasell. All right, does that mean it's time for me to get on the truck? You know, let me thank Mr. Patel and LyondellBasell again for just being very generous to not only to the city of Houston but the surrounding areas as well. And I appreciate it. I can't say enough about it. I am certainly pleased to have with us this morning the mayor of Mount Bellevue, Nick Dixon. Appreciate you, Mayor, and then the city manager for being here as well. And then for Chief Pena, he and I were together last night. 36 cadets are now in the Houston Fire Department, and Chief, it's good to be with you as well, along with the other members of the command staff and other firefighters from across the region. Let me just say, I know we all appreciate our firefighters. Wherever they are, we appreciate them. They're on the front line, they're the first responders. People are running away from danger, they're going into danger. And quite frankly, no one knows what's going to happen and whether or not they'll finish their shift or come home at the end of the day of their shift. And so training becomes a critical component. And yes, and we're living in some tough budgetary times. And without the support of companies like Lyondell, the foundation we simply couldn't do what's needed to be done and what the firefighters deserve for us to do. And training is a critical component. Having the equipment is a critical component. And the cities just can't do it alone. It's great to be here today to salute a wonderful corporate partner for the city and the region, LyondellBasell. We have the best fire department in the country, and Mayor, I'm not trying to slight you, but we do have the best fire department in the country, and firefighters do an extremely important job for all of us. It's no secret that LyondellBasell is a champion for the Houston Fire Department as well as others. They donated funds to purchase 3 Zodiac rescue boats, which the Houston Fire Department used extensively. And on April 17th of 2016, we needed them, and they were there. So let me thank you again for coming to our aid. Now our corporate partner is stepping up to the plate again with a $100,000 donation to help with hazardous material trainings, which will prepare our fire department for all types of emergencies. And let me just stop and just say, last year, we had a major fire in the Spring Branch area, and there were hazardous materials in that facility. And firefighters were going there really not knowing what was there. The training is critically important, and it's very, very timely. And in buildings throughout, let me just say throughout the city of Houston, no one really kind of knows what's next door. We're trying to find that out. But this type of training is critically important to all of our firefighters. Houston and the surrounding areas are home to many industrial facilities that handle a variety of materials and products. It's important that we keep our firefighters safe when they go into these facilities, and with the hazardous material training, they will be better prepared to respond. This training goes hand in hand with the city's effort to proactively keep a comprehensive account of the locations and the amounts of hazardous materials in Houston. Again, let me thank LyondellBasell for helping the city and other cities and other areas protect our firefighters as they protect our residents and our city. It's not a small thing that LyondellBasell is doing. It's a huge thing, and they continue to do it over and over and over again. And for that, I want to say thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. As you know, besides being an amazing backdrop, this is still a working fire station, so I apologize for some of those noises that we're having. But at this time, I want to introduce to you the Houston Fire Department's Fire Chief, Sam Pena.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here and joining us here for this very special occasion. I want to start off by saying I want to thank LyondellBasell CEO Bob Patel for this incredible donation. This is something that they've committed to year after year, and it's really put us in a better position to be able to serve this community. So, as Fire Chief of the Houston Fire Department, along with my colleagues that are joining me here today, our mission really remains the same. Is to provide our firefighters the resources and the training to do the job that we're asking them to do. And it's really through support of a private partnership that we're able to meet that mission. This is a generous donation by LyondellBasell, and it's going to help us increase the region's capability and our posture to be able to respond to hazardous materials, and that's invaluable. It was mentioned earlier that certainly training is one of the first things usually that gets cut when budgets fall short. But it's incredibly vital to our firefighters for us to be able to prepare them, resource them, and make them better able to meet the demand and the hazards that are present in this region. I would like to thank Mayor Turner certainly for encouraging the public-private partnership that is strengthening our capabilities. I want to thank our regional partners for their commitment to the health and safety of this community. We really are stronger and more prepared when we work together. Again, I want to thank you all. Bob, thank you for the incredible donation, and LyondellBasell for the continued support of public safety, not just the El Paso Fire Department, the Houston Fire Department, but certainly the region here. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to my colleagues for their continued support, and thank you all.
Thank you, Chief. At this time, I would like to have representative from the Texas A&M Extension Service, TEEP's Fire Chief, Robert Moore.
Good morning, and I just want to let y'all know we're very honored to be here and to be a part of this. First and foremost, I would like to praise LyondellBasell for their proactive approach in ensuring that local municipal fire department personnel who may respond to industrial incidents at one of their facilities in the Houston area are trained to deal with those type of situations. Training is a key in firefighter safety, and as everyone here is very aware, our goal is to make sure that all firefighters are always able to return home at the end of the shift each time. I want to thank LyondellBasell for the donation, $100,000 donation for industrial training, and it's going to not only help protect the responders, but also the community that they're charged with protecting, and the community that the Lyondell facilities are located in. Teach and Lyondell have had a long relationship. We've trained emergency responders from the Lyondell facilities for many, many years. LyondellBasell's commitment to training and protection of their facilities and surrounding community is extremely important. And I can honestly say they care. They care about the responders that may be coming in, and they care about the community that's surrounding their facilities. We look forward to providing this valuable training to these fire department personnel, which will keep them and their communities safe while responding to an industrial emergency. We look forward to our first class, and we'll be working very closely with each of the fire departments to make sure they get the training that they need. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Chief Warren. Although not on the agenda, I'm going to ask Mayor Dixon to come up and say a few words on behalf of Mount Belvieu.
As representing Mount Belvieu, we appreciate the gift from LyondellBasell. It'll go a long way to educate our firefighters and make them well aware of the situations that they encounter and help protect our citizens of Mount Belvieu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Dixon. This concludes this portion of the news conference. I would like to thank the ladies and gentlemen of the press for your attendance and all those that participated. At this time, I'm going to ask that y'all stay here. We're going to take a photo opportunity with Mayor LyondellBasell and all participants that were involved in this conference. Thank you.